Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we will be working on one of the SQL project which is on retail sales. So that is a project. From today onwards I will be starting the SQL project series. And like once we are done with 3 to 4, then we would be covering Power BI projects as well. Like today will be a basic project. It's not a high-end project. So yeah, definitely you will get to learn many new techniques, what we are doing as a data analyst. So yeah, without any wastage of time, we can start with our data set. So first of all, I just need to let you that this would be the data set that we would be working on. That would be customer. Yes. Yeah. So we have a transaction table, which we have a transaction ID. This is a sale date. This is a sale time. This is a customer ID you have, which we have. Then the next column is gender. This is the age column. You can see that some of the missing values are also there. So we try to check which all values are missing. Then we have a category column. We have a quantity, price per cost of goods sold, and this is a total sale. So as you know that the price, this is the total sale is all about price per unit into quantity. So if you multiply this, you will get a total sale. So that is the total sale which we will be getting. So yeah, let's. So the first thing is you need to import the Excel file towards your SQL database server, right? So that is first of all, let's try to create a database, right? So whenever you are creating a database, so that's a database. You need to write this command as a create database, and then you need to give any name which you like. So right now we are working on the SQL project for retail sales. So we can give the name as the retail one, retail underscore sales, right? So it will create a database under a retail sales. So you can see that our database page has been created. Now you need to use it as a retail sale. Every time once you create a database, you need to use it as a retail sale. So it's now you will be using a retail sale, right? So if you click on plus sign on the database, you will see that these are the retail sales. So you can see that uh, retail sale database is already been created and it will be stored into our database. Okay, so now the next thing is you need to upload that Excel file. So that is easy as well. You just need to click on that, and then you need to open once again. Mm, One second, that option is not coming, guys. Okay, sorry. You need to click here. I'm sorry, my bad. You need to click on that, click on task, and then you need to import as a flat file. So once you click next, you need to browse which file you need to import it. So let's say I'm importing the this file only, which I need to perform the data analysis. You just need to click OK, and then this is a new table name, right? So say about I that would be stored into a SQL retail sale database. So if I don't need to use this table, you can change it as well. So say about I'm just using as a sales underscore DB, right? So I'm using this new table name. So this is a schema as a DBO, and you need to click not open file. Okay, that is open already. First of all, I need to close it. Okay, one second. I have click on transaction ID now. Yeah, it's there. Okay. So every time if you need to upload it, or you need to close that Excel file as well. Click next. Then it would ask you, do we need to do any operation? You just need to click on this, use it type this detection that we don't need. Okay, click on next. That you just need to check as it is. You don't need to uncheck it. Allow now. You just need to click next and click finish. Yeah, there's it. Your data is all. is uploaded now. So if you want to see that, if you can see that, there would be tables, and you can see that sales underscore DB is already been stored, right? So if you need to do select star from sales, sorry, sales underscore DB. So you can see that our data is already been uploaded, right? Let me expand it. So you can see that some of the values are null. So every time if you are performing any of the EDA on the SQL, the first step is always a data cleaning, right? So data cleaning is one of the most important topic in both in SQL, Python, and Power BI as well, right? So you need to clean your data. So every time if I say select, so like as you know that every time if you are working with a SQL, we need to give the command as a select. Select means you are fetching the data from your database. This is a database, and in a database you are fetching certain tables. So right now we have only one table, which is sales DB. So we would be exploring every information into that, right? So if I need to say select count star, first of all I need to check what are the total number of records, right? That is a statement you will use select count star, right? And then from that is a sales DB, which is my table name. So if I select this, so you can see that 2000 is the number of rows which we have, right? Then I need to check which all columns we have are null, right? So like every column in my data set is important. So we have a transaction ID, we have a sale date, this is a sale time, this is a customer ID. So as you can see that some of the values in each are missing, and, and some of the quantity, price per unit, and cost of goods sold, and then total sale is missing. So right, let's do one thing. Write command as select star from sales DB where age is null. Right. So I just need to check that record first of all. Just show me that records everything where age is null. Right. So these are the records. Let's do one thing. First of all, just take age only, okay? Because I need to check every column. Age is null. So that would be your age null, because you are selecting your age column, right? So if I say I need to select, let me first of all run this. Now I need to select age from sales DB where age is null, comma. I would use all column because I need the multiples, right? So select age from sales DB where age is null, or one second. So yeah, select age from CSDB where age is null. Select star from CSDB where age is null, or say about I need to say or customer ID is null, or gender is null, or category is null, or quantity is null, or price per unit is null, total sales is null. So it will give you all the information on the sales DB of every column where every column is null. So maybe we can do all transaction ID is also null. Because we can have a transaction ID also null. Na? Okay. So let's see. Okay, transaction ID. Okay, let me check this. Transaction ID and quantity QUANTE. Transaction ID. TRANSACT. Okay, transactions. We have transactions. Okay, and quantities QUANTIY. Okay, in Excel also we have a quantity, right? Let me open it. We have a quan. Okay, we have quanti. Maybe I have actually. Let's notice DIY. Okay, let's run this. Now it will run. Okay, so these are the 13 columns which you can see we have a null values, right? So for this, you need to just remove this value first of all. Delete from sales DB, okay? Where, so you need to just copy everything from here. Okay, so once you run this command, so 13 records are being affected. So you can see that now the count star of the column now would be 2000 minus 13, which is 1987, right? So we have removed every null value now. Let me check whether we have any null values more. Here. Yeah, we don't have any null value, which we have removed now. So I just need to explain you two of the ways. If that would be in Python, we can try to impute it. But in SQL also we can impute it, but like 13 record doesn't make sense, right? So how we can impute it? Like that doesn't make sense. We can drop that value. We just simply uh, delete the values from there, right? So yeah, let me one second. Hmm. So let's continue with our analysis. So I have these are the questions that we will be solving in our project. We would be doing one by one, right? So I just need to write data exploration, which is we would be working on the project now, right? So I'm sorry, not here. We need, right? So that is a data exploration that we would be working on. So let's take the first question now. Find a total sale amount for the each category, right? So that is the question. Let me. So every time you want to calculate your total sale, there would be a group by. So there are certain group by functions are there. Like every time you are doing a aggregated, you are doing a aggregated or any of the column, you need to specify the group by, right? So what we do that we would be first of all clicking on sum of total sale. So total sale value is this, right? So I would say sum of total sale. Okay. I need to name as also because that is a good practice. Every time you are doing a aggregation, you need to specify the name of the column. Like what is a new column you have given for the sum of total sale. So I would use sum total sale, right? Then you need to specify the category column, which is a category. So I need to check the what is the total sale cate category wise, right? So I need to click on, I need to go for that from, which is my sales DB. And then you are using a group by, so you would be using a, I'm sorry, you are user sum, so you would be using a group by on the basis of category, right? So if I click on this, so you can see that clothing, you have a total sale of this, electronics 3,11,000. So if I need to sort it, we have a function known as order by. So I need to sort it with the order by sum of total sale, right? So I can just click on this. I click on descending. So we have two of the ways we can sort it, either on the descending or one is on the ascending order, right? So here I am just specify on the basis of descending order, right? So you when once you click on this query now, it will give the result on the basis of descending order. So electronics having the highest number of sale, then clothing, then the beauty, right? So that would your first question. Let's go for the second question. If you have any doubts, you can post on the comment section as well. I would try to answer your queries in the next video as well. So the next SQL project would be a medium. So that is the first basic project which I have like working on. From the second SQL project, we would be working on more high-end questions as well. It's not a basic question, right? So this is the first project. That's why I have picked up the basic questions on the basis of the data set, right? So let's go for the second question now. Now the second question is we need to count the number of transactions for each category, right? So how many number of transactions are there for each category, right? So let me click on this first of all, and then select count. So you can do either count star, either you can specify that column name. So I'm that is the best practice count star, and then you need to specify on the basis of category, right? From the same table, ठीक है? Then I can name as number of transactions. Okay, from sales DB, I would use group by on the basis of category. Okay, when I click on that, so you can say that clothing has 698, electronics have 678, and beauty have 611 transactions out of the 1987, right? So that is the total number of records which we have, right? So that's a counted number of transactions for each category. So that's a way you can try to accomplish with this query, right? So let's move to a third one. Now the third question is find the average price per unit for all the products, right? Let's go to a data set. Okay, so we need to find the average price. So we would be using average functions. There are five functions that we would use on a daily basis. We have sum, average, count, min, max. So that's a aggregated function. So whenever you are using the aggregated function, you need to use a group by. Group by is must whenever you are using a aggregate function. But in certain cases, there's where we also use having clause. So I would explain you when are we using having and when are we using group by. It is like I will explain you with the help of project, because if I explain you right now, maybe you are not able to understand if you are a beginner, right? So let's move for this question, and then if there would be a question on having, I will explain you. So find the average price. We have price per unit, right? So I find the average price per unit. So we would be taking this column, which is price per unit. So 300, that is a single price piece, right? For the this which is transaction ID 80, 180, right? So we would be using average price per unit, right? And then it is saying find the average price per unit for all the products, right? So we don't need to specify anything. Let's from sales DB, right? Okay, we have the product column now. Let me check. Customer gender, age, clothing. Okay, we don't have a product column. Total sale cost or unitary age, gender, customer ID. Okay, one second. Let me check it. If that is coming like this, average. Okay, so that's the average price for all the products. So means like we don't have a product column, right? So that is a 179 units. So that's the average price for all the category. Because we are focused on category here, not a product wise, right? So out of the three category, that's the average price we have, right? So if we need to specify the category also, we can just check it. What is the total prices we are getting, right? So let me check. So yes, you can see that was 173, 181, and 184. So that's a average category price, and we can do it with a two-way. Either we just don't need a category, or we can simply let's remove category because it's saying on the basis of product. So let's do like this one. Okay, 179 is the average price. Let's move to one next question. So now it's saying list the top five most frequent purchase product, right? So here I just need to explain you first. Whenever you see the question like top five most frequent purchase product, right? Every time there are two certain ways which you can solve it, right? With the help of window functions, with the help of limit clause also we can use. But I would try to say avoid limit because whenever you are giving the interview, if you have a good experience like 2 to 3 years overall, and if you have experience of like you have worked about 2 years in a sequence, interviewer don't expect you to write a like answer this question with a limit clause. They want to check your ability to like answer with a high end approach, right? So use a window code like window approach only, right? So we will be solving this question with the help of window functions as well. So there are three window functions which I've already explained you in my previous class. We have rank, tens rank, and row number, right? So every time if you need to do the top five, let's first of all go for this. Select start from sales TV, right? The question is list the top five product frequent purchase products, right? Top five, right? So first of all, we would do select star, comma, then we can use a window function. So we have a three types of window function. Try to use a row number. You can use any of the function, but the basic difference between rank and dense rank, which I have told you already, dense rank will not skip, rank will skip the rows. So if you have the same product with the same price, it will skip in case of rank. So you can use either dense rank or a row number. So the best choice would always be a row number because it will give a distinct rank if your sales having a duplicate values for the same product ID. Still, it will give us different rank. So let's do one thing. We can try to first of all, let's do one thing. And we need to take the sum. Total sale. Okay. Total sale, comma, category. Okay. And then we would be using a row number over. It's saying list the five most frequent purchase products. So we can, or they have not said that you need to find the top five on the basis of the category. They are saying you need to find the products on the basis of frequent purchase, right? So you can use order by on order by sum of total sale Sunday RN. So that's the abbreviation I'm using for this row number, which we need to fetch it from sales DB. Okay, sorry, I So you can see that electronics have a total sale of this, clothing have a total sale of this, and beauty have a this. So that's a total sale across each category, right? So now is saying top five most frequent purchase product. Right now we don't have a like in this table we don't have a product column. You can see that. So one second, let me check. Yeah, we don't have a product transaction categories. Quantity. So let's say if I would be having a product column, right? So each category have a different products as well, right? Say about we have a electronics. In electronics, we have a TV, right? TV, laptop. So they are the products for the category electronic, right? So this question is always like on the basis of that only frequent purchase product. So top five frequent, we need to do the partition on the category, and then we need to sort the each category wise. We need to sort the number one product, every product. So yeah, so uh, right now we don't have a product, so that would be the incomplete question, right? So the approach would be same. So like once we are able, like when we will able to do high-end question on the rank dense rank with the full data set, then I will explain you how we can go the problem wise, right? Let's move to our next question. It's saying calculated total generated on the clothing sale, right? So if I say calculate the total revenue generated from the clothing sale, right? So we would be doing a select sum on the total sale as total sale, comma, clothing sale, right? We would be going to category from sales TB, where category equal to clothing group by category. Okay, so you can see that you have a clothing sale of 30995. So that's our total sale because we have used a where clause. So where clause is used for fil filter, right? So every time if you need to filter your uh, category, that's why we have used a where clause. So first we would be doing the aggregation, then we use filter. Like once the aggregation is done, then you can use a filter. Like so here, what I'm doing is first of all I'm doing a sum, right? Then I'm applying a category as the clothing. Then once that category is clothing, then I'm doing a group by on category, right? So if I say I need to check what is the total of this 30995. Sorry, not this one. Yeah, so yeah, 30995 is of clothing only. So that's total revenue generated from the clothing sale. 30995. Okay. Let's move to our next one. Find the total cost of goods sold for the beauty product, right? So that's a question. Find the total cost of goods sold for the beauty product, right? Let's go for the data set. Select select. This is cost of goods sold, right? Which we need to find the total cost of goods sold for the beauty product. So if I say clothing have a cost of goods sold is 129, right? This is the cost of goods sold, right? And then we have a cost of goods sold for the beauty is 145, right? So we would be we need to multiply cost of goods sold into the quantity, right? So if we multiply with this quantity, we would be getting the exact what is our total for this transaction ID, right? So we would be doing the same. First of all, we would doing the cost of goods sold, like sum of COGS into quantity as total COGS, right? That is a formula. Then from sales DB, where category equal beauty. Okay, quantity, sorry, QTI. So you the total cost of goods sold is 14934.2, right? So that's the total cost of goods sold for the beauty product, right? So that was straightforward. Let's move to the next one. Now we need to identify the youngest and the oldest customer who made a purchase, right? So now in this question, we would be focusing on the aggregated functions again, right? Let's move to the question data set first. So I just need to ask you, like, if you were as a data analyst, what would you perform? Like, how would you approach this problem? I need to identify the youngest and uh, maximum person who made a purchase. You can give your answers in a comment section. Okay. So this would be a straightforward. We would be using aggregate functions as well. There is an aggregated function which I've told you out of five. We have mean, max, average, sum. Sorry, we have count. So there's a five. We would be using a main that would count as a minimum age of that customer. So we would call as a youngest customer. Sorry, youngest underscore customer. And for the max age, we would call as the oldest customer. Okay, who made a purchase means who made a sale on that, comma, sale date, and sales DB was by sale date. So it will give the minimum. It will give you the minimum of this, like 57. This okay, we have done on the basis of sale date. Okay. We won't be doing on the basis of sale date because right. So youngest customer is 18 and oldest customer is 64 who made a purchase on the basis of this data set, right? So that's minimum and youngest who made a purchase on the basis of the data set, right? So let's move to our next one. So we need to find the list of number of male and female customers. How many are male and how many are female, right? Let's move to this again. So you can see the column as the gender, right? How many are male and how many are female. We would use this select star. So count star is same as a group by function in Python, right? So yeah, we need to use a group by on the basis of count. It will give na. So that is the same function we are using in SQL. as a count star on the basis of count star on the basis of gender, which I need to find. And this count star I can just name as uh, number of customers, gender from sales TB. Then I would use those by on the basis of gender because that's what I need to find it, right? So we have 1012 we have female and 975 we have male, right? So that's also the insight. When we would be covering a Power BI, I would also try to I would come up with one project also where like not in this week. Definitely I would be covering a one project which comprise of both. Like first we would be doing a data in like analysis on the SQL. We would be performing some of the hard ended question, like not exactly very hard, but definitely we would be going medium to hard, like 10 to 12 question we would solve in SQL. And then with the same data set, we try to plot, like we would try to go for the Power BI as well. We would try functions, we would filters, we would also use some of the basic DAX, which is some X, right? Because DAX is an advanced topic, I would cover the full-fledged DAX playlist as well in the future videos, right? So, yeah, tomorrow I would be coming again with one of the SQL project, but that will be a medium. It will not a basic project which I'm performing right now. It's just a basic that's a first project that's why I've just come up with the basic. From the second onwards, we would be trying to cover some of the like medium like easy to medium portion will be there, and like once we will be going for fourth and fifth project, and then I would be covering some of the most advanced projects as well, right? So in this week we would be covering two SQL more, and from the next week I would be covering full-fledged like it would be around 3 hours video for SQL and Power BI, right? So mostly we would first cover all the SQL question and then we would deep dive into our Power BI, right? So yeah, that's so if you need to sort it, you can do the sorting also order by. I need to do order by the count star, right? Count star, I don't think so that would be what we sorry. Okay, so yeah, that's a question. Let's move to the next one. You need to find a total sales for each month. Now that's a tricky question because you will be playing for the month-wise data. So as you can see that we have a data on a daily level. If I see that's a daily level data, you can see that each date is on the basis of daily level. Now, if I am a data analyst, I want to track the sales on the monthly wise. What are the total sales I'm getting for each month? Because stakeholders won't track for each day. They want to have a monthly sales or 3 months data or quarterly or yearly, right? Let's see. There is a function known as format date. Okay, format. Then we would be using what is a format which I need to perform. I need to perform on the sale date, right? And then I need to take a format on the basis of y, comma, mm. Sorry, not this one. Mm, this one. Formatted, formatted a or we can use a date part also, but that is a good function. I always try to use a format only, so that's why I use comma, summa, the sale. Then we would be using a sales DB. In the end, we would use the group by. Formatted table. Okay, so in the column formatted day. Okay, I guess we need to use this not. Yes, sorry, I guess this format is wrong. Yes. Um, comma slash. Hmm. So you can see that the formatted date is on the basis of sale now. And let me just also. Hmm. Uh, 12, let me not sort it with the help of total sale. Let me sort it with the help of this. Okay. Because it will give the exact what is the sales on the basis of month wise. So you can see that 122, we have 123, 222, 223, 322, 323, 422, 423 because we have a year wise also like if we have a year if we need to say only a like I need to track only a month then there's other function like right now I have track on the basis of month and year so there's another approach we can resolve it if I need to track only on month wise see there is a alternative solution because that is the best approach which I have told you we it give you the month with the year right so that is the alternative I'm giving you the solution you can use with the help with there's a function known as month and then you can go for the sale date so you can name as month and then you can copy this go by months of sale date. So you can see that your month will be in the form of number. If you need a month in the form of like January, February, there is a function known as date name. You can use, I'll tell you one second. Date name. Need to use the same sale date. Now let's run profile, comma, date name. Okay, sale date. I guess this would work. Yes. So you can see that for the month we have four, total sale is 50. This is in the month of April because most of the interviewer also say that I need to please display the month in the form of not a number but in the form of this January, February because they want to see that. So you can use this function. This is a date name. The first argument you need to form in the month of like you need to find for the month and then the sale date too. So it will give you the total sale on the basis of month. Both of the like is right. I would still say this would be the better approach because it will give you the month and year wise. Because if you want to track the sales, you will also say that because if you have a 3 years of data and you having a month, only month, right? So you will be getting confused sometime, like which data I need to focus on. Like month-wise and year-wise also. That would be a good approach. So yeah, that would be the second last question. And the last question which we have, calculate a total profit for each category, right? Let's if you need to take the access of this, I will pin in my Google Drive the data set, and as per the queries also I will list down. So if you need to practice, you can take a help of this and you can practice these questions, right? So yeah, go for the last question now. Sorry, I didn't click on that. Hmm. Let me 1 second, guys. 45 minutes video is already being done. Okay. Now we need to calculate the total profit for each category, right? So that's simple question now. Select sum of profit. We have a total profit, right? We need to find it, like total sale is cost of goods sold. Okay, out of total sale and minus cost of goods sold, which is that would be my total profit, right? So total sale minus cost of goods sold would be my total profit. So if I say total sale, total sale minus cost of goods sold is profit. That is a profit now. Like if I say out of the total sale I made in the month of January is 5,000, and what other goods are being sold is 4,000. So 1,000 I'm making a profit, right? So each category, right? So we need to pull the category from sales TV group by category. So yeah, this is a profit which we are making. Clothing, we are making a profit of total profit is 245,945. This is for electronics, and this is for the beauty, right? So if you need to give the name, yeah, I've already given a name. So yeah, that's it. I believe we have covered all the questions. That's a basic question which we have. I will also attach this word and the Excel and these questions also I will attach so that you can have a glimpse like how can we solve these questions also. Yeah, definitely. If you I think that's end for the video. If you like the video, you can subscribe to my channel, and definitely I would be like giving you more content like this, more of a project so that it will give you a good hands-on. So I will see you tomorrow, and yeah, have a great day, guys. Thank you.